Hey, Good Fox here. Today I got a review of Carson Wentz's Team of the Year card. I think this was one of the most requested reviews to come up first. So, 83 speed, 92 throw power, 95 short, 92 deep, or medium, 89 deep with 87 play action, and 90 throw on the run. His agility and acceleration, mid-80s, whatever. Carrying 77. You'll see one fumble. He fumbled for me once in the games that I've played him, but you're going to see a lot of good passes. Basically, a lot of deep out routes, and you need a decent arm to hit that deep out route. Now, this card isn't on MUT, so I'm going to go off memory for the stats as I go through. I think it was 92 throw power, right? No, I'm just kidding. But he has the, because I do remember it was 92. He does have the worst chemistry in Madden, along with one of the best. So I would gladly take Gunslinger today to trade in Toughness Tuesday. That didn't really work. But Toughness, why? Why does this quarterback have a Toughness chem? What are you boosting? Carrying, impact block, strength, catching? Come on. What? I don't know. It is the worst chem that I may have seen in Madden history, and it is on this card, unfortunately. But he has Conductor, so if you like to make a lot of adjustment in line of scrimmage, like I do, I like hot routing guys, moving stuff across. There's a throw on the run. I should have set my feet and throw that. That was really dangerous, and it wasn't. It shouldn't have been. Like when I released it, there's nobody within 15 yards, but by the end of it, there was right on Antonio Brown. There he is. Brown making plays for me, too. He'll come up in a review soon, but this Wentz card, okay, so you see him, his mobility. He's not Mike Vick out there, but at mid-80s speed or mid to low 80s speed, he can do some damage, but you're not going to really basically run triple option with him. He's not Bo Jackson, Mike Vick out there, but again, having that option, unlike, they say, the Dan Marino types, the Tom Brady, that really won't do much for you in that sense of the word. Like, this guy gets out to the pocket, picks you up 5 yards. Maybe Tom Brady just barely passes the line of scrimmage in that sense. I might be going a little far with that, but the mobility is, I think, to have a MUT quarterback, you have to have a full package. You got to be able to tuck the ball. You got to be able to run with it. And he's kind of like 1.5. Like the running's good. That was kind of a weird animation. I just wanted to include that for that. So low 80s, I don't know. I still think if you don't scramble much, and I don't scramble much, I think Wentz might not be more of that. I think Michael Vick is still more dangerous and somebody that you got to be more, I would say, afraid of if you're actually playing the game of MUT. Whereas Wentz is obviously a gunslinger, but like not having to put a spy on him that much, even though a lot of the opponents still put on spies, like you just saw him right there, still put on spies on Wentz. It kind of, it takes a guy, although spies on their own are pretty good just to stop drags and stuff and whatnot. It's tough to call him the best quarterback in MUT because throwing stat wise, along with the decent speed, he's right up there. I would still put him easily top 5. And as you've seen through this whole video, he can make the throws. The 92 throw power can easily hit a lot of these in between 91 zone coverage type throws. This one, look at this. It says he's under pressure. We'll get into his traits in a second here. It says under pressure. That guy was on the other hash mark. So, other hash mark to Wentz. How far are hash marks from each other? I should really know that. I don't, but quite a few yards, and it gave him the under pressure. So, it's really weird to say that that he got under pressure there because he has trait senses pressure ideal. Now, everybody's kind of been jacking themselves off to senses pressure ideal here with the traits on MUT, which Wentz has, and really we just saw like he got an under pressure throw. Maybe it wasn't that far off. Like I threw it at a low pass. I held low pass in order to not get that pick, to get it lower, to kind of, what would we say? So Moss could fall, or what was that, Kelvin? So he could fall down while he's catching that, but instead, the under pressure floated it and it got an interception. So, ideal. I think it helps, but obviously it's not a cure-all. It's not like a old timey-wimey snake oil cure-all for you. There's kind of like a nice, like just lanky Cam Newton or Cam Chancellor pick on you. But you saw a couple throw on the runs too. So the throw on the run definitely, he's effective there at 88. And now a lot of people, like there's a big, it's so stupid. This thing in the community, it's so stupid. I said community, but that we don't know what the thresholds for passing are, like what matters. All right, no, what the heck was that? Did you see that? So I set my feet, and the guy was literally in the motion of hitting me. And I got the ball out with no throw, with no pressure, no sense pressure, no under pressure there. And it was a drag route. So I wonder if, like, maybe deep to short, the pressure, there's a modifier there? Because that drag route got out, there was no under pressure. So, like, I don't know. It's just so much mystery. It's very frustrating to play and analyze this game when it changes with the patches too. People said quarterback accuracy changes. I didn't really see that, but I've been running with some high-end quarterbacks, so maybe it has for the lower-end guys like the Vics, and I haven't run with Vic in months, since really like a week or a little bit till after he came out. Regardless, so like you're seeing Wentz here completing the deep outs, completed the C routes, and a lot of people online are running cover 3. It's kind of turned. I'd say cover 3 is more popular, much more popular than cover 4 now. I think cover 2 and cover 3 are about what you're going to see about half your games for each of them. Maybe cover 4, maybe, depending. The higher level guys are running 2 and 3. Whereas like on the lower end, maybe you'll run into a cover 4, drop show 2 guy. But those guys, they're pretty easily dissected now. We know cover 4 beaters. We know how to attack that stuff. But regardless, so this card can make the throws. But I guess the biggest issue is that mobility. Carrying, like I said, he's taking a lot of hits from me. I'm not showing a ton of the hits that sacks he's taking because it's just like standing in the pocket getting hit. I don't know. That's not good film. But he has taken a lot of sacks. Only fumbled for me that once that you saw. Otherwise, like he doesn't truck. He doesn't have elusiveness. He doesn't spin. Don't do any of that stuff. Like I said. But so I just want to put this out there. Unfortunately, with the toughness chem, can't boost this at all. But I think his throw accuracy deep at, what was it, 88 or 89 was just under. I think 91 is the threshold for all of the accuracy stats, short, medium, and deep. That's what Chaos said on the podcast, on the MUT podcast. So interesting to see. There he's just sniping in the middle of the field, all over. Like I don't know. This Carson Wentz, I think he never really, what's the word I'm looking for? Stood out for me, but he never really stood out for me in a bad way. Does that make sense? Like he didn't stand out and like, oh my god, that's the craziest play I've ever seen in my life. But then he didn't go like, oh my god, I'm so frustrated this game, man, sucks. Except for like, you know, that Ricci one from Cam Chancellor that he got. I'm like, I should have got that one in the end zone. So very reliable. I think this is an ideal quarterback for MUT. This is like an Aaron Rodgers clone, an Aaron Rodgers with conductor instead of gunslinger. But I think if I had to choose between Wentz and Rodgers, I think I would rather have Wentz than Rodgers. Well, that Rodgers was a mean son of a gun. But 550K for this Wentz at the moment. It'll go down when Team of the Week offense releases. So get him for what you can. Solid, jack of all trades, master of throwing. Out of 10, I'm giving him a 9.4. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.